That's right.
When I'm come up to the car, nigga! And you look there, you can see the bloodshot eyes. Same thing happened in Tennessee. So, I mean, I've seen this country. But I can tell you, it is no longer a wilderness. It's through the Alfred Muhammad putting the mirror up, but really mainly, if you look at the 74 address of the Alfred Muhammad,
that's right.
He taking the blame off the white man. But he didn't take the blame off you. He didn't condemn you.
Right.
He said you're crazy people.
Right.
Well, you've been put in an insane asylum, given Thorazine, beat upside the head. Aren't you going to be crazy? That's the fact. They made us crazy. That's one thing I like about the mayor of Linden, New Jersey. I go to a gathering and I see our people. And, you know, our people on the high levels in bad shape too. I mean, they in bad shape. They in just as worse shape as somebody in Igloo's projects, you know? They tore that down.
Yeah.
They still in that kind of condition. African American. $1,000 suit. Have to drink every day. Man, brother, I got to get my head straight. I understand, brother, I know. You know, I'm one of you, so I know you get there's enough. If I didn't have this, I probably had to get my head straight too. But praises be to Allah. Allah bless them. So we don't be arrogant. We don't put people down.
That's right.
If you were an African American today and you didn't have this message, you'd be confused. Yeah, this is a confusing situation. So Imam Mohammed came in as the liberator. The liberator, I want you to hear that. Because they wanted to take him out of that road. The freedom movement lives. Reverend Ralph David Abnett came to Chicago and said, I followed Martin. And I now, my leader is Imam. He wasn't lying. He was sincere. The rest of them knew that. But he was too clean for them, and the corrupt members of the family didn't want Imam to get his day. No, they didn't want to get his day because they wanted money, good home, friendship, and all walks of life, luxury, peace of mind, contempt while you live. Is that it?
That's right.
I love those things too, but I want God first. I want my people first. Yeah. I don't know, you can see I'm like suit now. Like shirt, cufflinks, good things. Hey, poverty sucks. I ain't in poverty. I ain't down with it. The best thing we can do for the poor is not be one of them. Now, but at the same time, let's help our people. Let's talk here right now as quickly as possible about Imam Mohammed. Brother, if you take this out, you know, I'm one of these preachers expressive, so I don't want Dr. Confused. So you, brother.
The laptop?
Yes, sir. And this is well. Thank you. So Imam Deen Mohammed, that tail branch, the author of the 3-volume book studying Dr. King called The King Years. In his last book, in this book called The Pillow of Fire, he discusses in depth Imam Muhammad's relationship with Malcolm and how Imam Muhammad told Malcolm, corrected him, and his urge for violence. And this is not to be the Malcolm talk about. What's important, I'm setting this author up. Next year, he's been to our convention. He came to Imam Muhammad's convention. We were in Sea Caucus. But this is him writing in the Clinton diaries. He said Hillary Clinton, President Clinton, and Hillary Clinton was in the back of the church. This is the prayer, inaugurated, playing hands with each other, rubbing each other's hands. And sitting in the back of the church, there was the most important leader in America. Here's a man that studied Dr. King. So he knows the history of our people. what he said. I quote him because I think it's important for us to know this is no lightweight thing we're dealing with. And yeah, that's why and Brother Imam, I'm getting better and better because you know what? You relax me. He's my therapist. Now, you know, when I first started working with you, I was uptight, I was mad. I really was. I mean, you know, look, when you know what to do when somebody's in the operating room, you got to perform surgery. And somebody's stopping you and blocking you from doing surgery on a man whose brain is hanging out. That's how people. Another man is dead, he's Lazarus. You call him Lazarus! He gets deader and deader, you know. While Allah's taking our enemies out of the way, they're not here, they're gone.
You're right.
So this is to the believer. Just believe you me. They are going. And they are going and they are gone.
That's right.
All of those who oppose, all of those who tell you all you need to do is pick up the Quran.
Yeah.
And you be, no, that's a damn lie. You got to be blessed by God.
That's right.
Because if that were the case, Dr. Akbar Muhammad would be the first, right? Yeah. Fluent in Arabic.
That's right.
Yeah. So it ain't, Saddam Hussein was fluent in Arabic too, wasn't he? Where is he at? He met the fate of the people who weren't fluent. Imam Muhammad started out from the beginning to take us out of an animalistic, superimposed, rat poison teachings. The Nation of Islam was a package that could cause the very destruction. I'll cite this one example. What is the reward of the one that take 4 heads? And he would get a reward of the Holy Quran Sharif and go to see Brother Muhammad.
Yeah, that's right.
And there were brothers who took heads physically. No, it wasn't. We know that. Now, Imam Muhammad explained it, that the 4 heads is talking about education, it's talking about business, but it's in mystical language, culture, and government. But the people didn't know they caught somebody on the boundary of one of the Caucasian drunk and took his head. This is the result. Man, Muhammad came in. Those same brothers who would have had that mentality were reformed. He told them you had a mind. That you are mine. Meaning God.
That's right.
You got a mind.
That's right.
And then he brought to our attention Dr. Naim Akbar.
Sure did.
That's what made Naim Akbar. Naim Akbar was just an obscure college professor. And Imam Muhammad gave him the concept.
Yes, right.
That's right.
A man means mind and woman is the society, womb of mind. He differentiates between woman and woman. He said a lot of our community we have woman. Woe to the mind. I had a mama like that. She was woe to the mind. And if you were a mischievous boy, you cool. Don't be no preaching, goody Mr. Good to shoot. But why I'm not condemning my mother? That's plantation life. Why would the plantation want to produce a child that's going to be oppositional to them? So they are conditioning. All these young people you see walking on the streets today, they have been sold an identity. They have been given an identity. These killings in Chicago and all over. Yes, Baltimore need our attention. Baltimore is on my radar screen and Chicago's on my radar screen. Why is Chicago on my radar screen? This is my beginning. I started ministry. Right here. Imam, right here. 7341.
Yep.
I ain't gonna never forget starting 7341. Because I saw the complete solution to our problem right there. A culture. This brother here, I won't name him, he stumbled off the street on the south side. I don't think he had a high school diploma. He's shining like new money. I may have to ask him to go in his vest pocket. You don't need to go in the vest pocket. He probably got so much money in the front pocket that he can give it to me. Looking like new money. But 40 years ago, he looked like new money. But he believed in the leader. And he wasn't even able to get into, and there are many others. I just cited him. He couldn't get into the GED class because he didn't have adult basic education. Do you all know that Imam Mohammed is the first religious leader among African Americans to advocate psychotherapy?
Yeah.
First. And then adult basic education. And took us out of race. Race is a false concept. Yeah, black, white, that's all false. You know what? As the Imam said, the black flag doesn't need to kill flies.
Yeah.
You're going to wave the black flag and get people to do that? No, it ain't going to work. You tell them that they're human beings.
That's right.
And that they'll compete.
Yes.
And guess what? We're in the hard season, right? So the competition is for a global identity applied locally. And the Negro don't go over and make it think you're going to stay. Come back, and when you finish the ritual, come back
That's right.
from Arafat, means to reconnect and solve the problem. Actually, even the Hajj, the way they run the Hajj, you know. They'll write it right. They should be discussing poverty. But who's going to do that? That's us.
Yes.
That's what we're going to do. That's what we are going to do Labor Day weekend.
Yes, sir.
I really believe the Imam chose Labor Day weekend because he wanted us to be laborers. Because God says I'm a laborer. And the first time he had the Imams meeting, he told us that. Council Imam. He says, he told the Imams how to get the people to be motivated to be workers. To tell them what Allah says. Allah says, I am a worker. There's never a time that I'm not engaging in some marvelous creation. So you too work in your places. But we told African Americans that. I don't tell African Americans you need no job. You need a mind. That's what you need. You need a mind that tells you that you're in a race, not no race. You're in a race to compete for resources.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about. And we're going to compete for education. We're going to compete for business. We're going to compete for culture.
Yes, sir.
We're going to compete for governmental life. We're going to compete with everything except foolishness. We let the others have that. Let them have all the foolishness they want. I'm not wanting them to have that, but I frankly think we've had enough of it. So we retire from foolishness, people. Even our music. Talking to the music people. Y'all need upbeat music. They tell you to get up. You want to dance? Then push up. Then pull up. Pull yourself up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You all who in music, culture, that's what you should be doing.
Yes, sir.
We plan to make the cultural night a thing. Now I tell you something, the other cultural people, big ones, are looking at us. So when you got no money, but I tell you what you can do, you will be taught. I guarantee you that. I give you $100 and you don't get nothing out of it. I go, nope, anybody got their vest pocket? But anyway, we'll find it again. But let me also share with you, and I really appreciate Brother Mohammed who brought a guest. Yeah, I appreciate that. If you respect this, bring somebody. Do you know a person who's never been in this before? You may think it's small. And you've been misled to think it's small. This is big. And they come. I tell everybody, this is the movement that took a half-baked criminal, not even a first-rate criminal. See, that's some hard criminals. I worked with around. I had a brother, he was a hard criminal. He cut you before the cat looked at Paul. He was a violent person. But Brother Minister Malcolm wasn't a violent person. He slick, tough. This teaching, the clean-up teaching, he was deniggerized by the Alfred Muhammad. And then he was taught by Imam Deen. That's facts. Imam was teaching about Salat in 1959, 9,000 people at the St. Nicholas Arena. And all them big-time civil rights leaders, that's Julian Bond, he's gone. Ask any of them, didn't they know Minister Wallace? Bill Cosby said, when he got an award from Imam Mohammed, he said, man, I get awards from everybody. He said, did you get an award? He said, you know what this means? He said, I have the awards, I throw them away. He said, this is Minister Wallace, that's Alfred Muhammad's son. Because when he was in Philadelphia, he was teaching. I think he even had a job. But he teaching and brought 50 buses. Not no 50 people, 50 that they heard the Ahmed like Muhammad in Pittsburgh. And Brother Imam, I was thinking about you today, and I was thinking about your daddy. First time I saw your daddy, he's in the FOI uniform. I heard all this greatness about Minister Wallace. And he didn't speak. And all the braggadocious guys are going to stay, you stand behind his daddy, supporting him. And then his daddy says, I'm happy to have Minister Wallace with me today. He says he was on the radio. I enjoyed him thoroughly on the radio, talking to our dead brother. He said, but our dead brother proved to not be so dead. Thank you, Minister Wallace. And I'm saying, you can see the depth. And he didn't stay in the house. He taught I met people in Chicago when taught by Imam working. Stop on the corner and teach them. It was always that. That's the spirit. If you say you followed him, that's what you got to do. Try to figure in your mind something to hit the consciousness of our people, to bring them back.
That's right.
And feel in your heart pain.
Yes.
I'm telling you, I was pained Thursday. I saw a news flash. And they're coming out of a Learjet. Robert Kelly. Step in the name of love. And they said, step in the name of love. And you know, they become shuffle. The marshals got him, they shuffling. They put him in a pickup truck like he's an animal. Now you got him in Chicago, you got him at the MCC. Why can't you handle all those cases there? I know what you're doing. That's a message to Jay-Z. That's a message to all the rest. They already knew. Remember Imam 2007 told us? He said, they build us up to bring us down. Build them up to bring them down. That's why we got to have a world so nobody can bring them down. That's why this convention is so important. That's why the mosque is the answer. Huh? Imam didn't say prayer cares, the mosque cares. About what? Everything that has to do with the life of people, particularly us. Now, because I know from you right away, well, what about the Albanians? Well, what about them? What about the Puerto Ricans? What about them? They're people. We don't even know we're people. We need to work on that. And I'm talking about our people first here in North America. But I also have been in contact with our people in Peru. I met a man the other day from Peru. Do you know what the blacks do in Peru? They're the people who pick up the dead and garbage. Latin America, they're 10,000 times worse off than you. They have a caste system. So they are inspired by us. Haiti, look at us. That's why it's so important you're living for more than yourself. Yes, right. And Imam started, I'm on the subject, he started government for us. The Ways and Means Committee. Ways and Means, that's government. Huh? Made you a mind, now make you responsible. Got no command structure over you. Sit down at a table and figure out what ways and means to develop your community. Secondly, you build a public information committee to carry the message to the public. But not only that, he had a fairness committee. Do you know we should have our own divorce courts? Do you know we should have our own dispute resolution, and the American courts will recognize you? They recognize the Jewish people's courts. I think they call it the Halakha courts. They recognize. They will recognize your commercial transactions. You can sign an agreement. Brother walk off with the money. Nah, you ain't gonna beat him up. Because I ain't gonna tell the people. Nah. But that'll happen too. Some of these guys, some brothers are civilized violence. You stealing our money. I said, brother, I didn't tell you to do it now. Don't bring it to me. And I said, oh, my blessed be. Cover him up. No, we don't want people stealing, taking our stuff. One thing we have to have in this community is ethics. We have to, you ain't gonna sleep with my wife, you ain't gonna sleep with my daughter, and you ain't gonna steal my money. Right. And the more important thing when we have a men's meeting is stop sleep. Most of the violence I've had to arbitrate with somebody sleeping with somebody's woman. We can't tell you to be totally moral. This is a gradual step. Leave people's wives alone. Leave people's daughters alone. That humiliates, especially for us who have had our wives taken from them all
That's right.
Knew an African-American man. Every Saturday he would get drunk. And he was coming to me for counseling. I said, why you get drunk on Saturday? So I kept asking. I knew something must have happened on Saturday. He said, they did that. And he kept, he wouldn't say nothing but start crying. So finally I got him. I said, tell me, man. You know. He was in Alabama. And the sharecropper guy would come every Saturday, make his daddy stand on the porch. Have sex with him. This is what happened. This is 50s. Many of them on the plantation, they just took advantage of it. So respect the man, make him sacred. You sisters the same thing. That's why we ain't ready for no polygamy. Huh? You already cheating anyway. When polygamy is practice, have to be in a court. We have to have it registered. No, we have to have organization. So it's a fairness committee. We don't have to have no investigators looking all on you, pulling you to. Brother, was it a Winston cigarette? Hey man, we don't want all that. Then you find an investigator, he coming out of the liquor store. So my brother investigate over here, invested in that liquor store. That 90 proof. So, there are 12, maybe 15 essential things that Imam started with us that is recommended. And I'll show you how he wanted those implemented. Then we had the child interest committee. You know, all the juvenile, delinquent, all the problems we have with children, that should be a community concern. There should be those that you educate. I'm hoping the convention would be like that. Everything that comes under child interest, people like you, Doctor, come. And we have those committees, put them on a panel. Nobody's going to steal off, but I don't like this idea of breaking off from each other. Because sometimes I'm a watchman. I don't know what y'all talking about. I've been at conventions.
Yeah.
And I've seen some big imams, but a couple of them ain't around no more. But anyway, praise be to Allah. Allah is the best known. They would hold their own meeting while the Imam was teaching.
Yeah.
And that's Brother Imam, when I met you, I was stopped working for you, I was so angry. I just seen them how they did Imam Mohammed. And he wouldn't let me sock him. He told me one time, he said, you know what that means. He said, you tell them what they said to me, you know what that happened. So he stopped talking to me for a year. I was pissed off. But he was saving that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saving that person. And I was not one of the guys who went for the Kool-Aid. Not like Booker said that they didn't know the flavor. I knew the flavor. I knew how to drop it, but it happened. All right, so we want the Child Interest Committee to work to advance our children to be the top in the world. Also in this Child Interest Committee, we should be looking at what are the job opportunities. That job, what are the occupations? Do you know America needs 100,000 doctors?
Right.
340,000 nurses. We could take many of these men, teach them math, teach them the sciences, send them to medical school. Even have to send them to medical school out of the country. Now, if you want to make some demands on this system, you demand for these people to let us have 20% of the hospital. That's the kind of demand we need to be making. Foolishness, police followed me. Man, the hell with that. If you got some money, police ain't going to follow you. You powerful, they ain't going to follow you.
That's right.
Many of them hate certain ethnic groups that came in. But look at his taxes. Oh, wow, you know. That guy's paying $75,000 tax. So, hey, buddy, I think I'll leave that girl alone. That's the thing, man. Go and hassle the niggers out there, spec something. Go and hassle that guy. Yeah, leave the dark hairs alone. When our image changes, and we get our young people committed to being competitors in the profession. This is Imam on the teacher. So child interest, we start now. We can start with young people right in the center. And ask them to want to be a doctor. I told one man, he said, I don't want to be a doctor. I said, you cut everybody. I said, obviously you're a doctor. The wrong kind. Why don't you go to the pre-med class? But when I open up a center, I'm going to call it the Business of Survivors Institute. Remember, that's what the Imam called for these institutes. Now, I need to call for a building on mosque. Schools and Business of Survivors Institute. We're going to get a storefront. They're going to come in. We're going to help them get GED, basic adult education. Now, if those Caucasians want to help us out, they can join the New Earth team. And they can come in there and volunteer and give us some reparations by educating. No money. Because you know what they say? If we got $100,000, they gave us $100 million. In 6 months, it'll be gone.
Yeah.
Gone!
Yeah.
You know what happened to the welfare check? The average person got paid Friday. Ain't got no money. Girl, did you got to sell downtown? I don't want one. No, we got to sell, baby. She said, but no, I mean, it's going down. Now, why did I bring that up? Because Imam Mohammed wanted a budget class. That was one of the things that he wanted. Started it on Stony Island. And all the leaders didn't follow him up. A budget class. Next thing he called for was a book of tradition. And other people say, oh, he wants you to learn how to do. No, a tradition of African American people. Collectively, am I right?
Yeah.
We're going to get that done. Y'all come to the convention, we're going to get things done. We ain't going to be like sheep. You know, sheep, that's one of the reasons you sacrifice the sheep in Hajj. And the sheep, all he wants to do is just rub up on each other. You know, and the man come to kill him, because Allah put that animal there. That's what the problem is. Too many of us are sheepish. If we were not sheepish, we wouldn't have our conditions the way we are. And I call it. I know some of you don't like it. I operate somewhat like a captain sometimes. I can be provocative and believe you I know what I'm doing. I'll be playing. So, we get to fairness, the Sikh committee. Do you know the Alfred Mohammed begged us to open up hospitals? Do you know we don't have like one hospital among our people? One! And we almost on the verge of losing that. Howard Hospital, Howard University Hospital. Maharaj Medical School lost this hospital. Medical school can't operate that day. They got to go to Vanderbilt. So that's why you notice in our community, you don't have any endocrinologists. All those with that diabetes. Which is another thing our sickness committee should be addressing, is what is a proper diet. You ain't going to go back to how to eat to live. You got scientific nutritional people. We should be working on that. These are our priorities. So I tell you, I'm not interested in sheep rubbing. The other animals fit for sacrifice is the goat. You know, there's a lot of goats among us. That's part of us. That's nosy. That's, you know, all they want to do is read a whole bunch of books. That needs to be sacrificed. That's one of the animals that's fit for sacrifice. The goat. Also, as we move along, the cow. Why is a cow? We don't want materialists. We want the highest purpose for human life, and this is community life. We want you to be rich, to build community. We don't want education. We want community life, and that includes all the life. The man said that one winter salat is the dead will rise when all of the concerns are put together. He says the answer to Gabriel blowing the trumpet. So we put all our concerns together. The business concerns, getting sisters married, getting brothers married, all our concerns, the dead will rise. They're her one spirit. So, no sheep, no goats. They're necessary. But all of us have that in us. We've been made a sheepish people. They beat us down. The Nation of Islam gave us a degree of militancy. It was manipulated by the leaders. But it's still among us. And let me tell you something. Don't think our numbers are small. I just found out from a marketer that 9,000 teachers in New York City, African Americans, are teachers. Now that didn't happen. I noticed that. That came about as a result of Imam Mohammed. Imam Mohammed urged people to go to school. Get out selling paper, selling fish. Go back to school. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Told musicians to go back and practice music. He didn't take the individual out. Make you the best. So we have thousands of teachers. We have people probably work. I know we do. We have people in the CIA. We have people in high offices. Because Imam Mohammed told us we were mind, told us to compete in America. He never told you to ignore the ills of America. That's what some of you guys did too. Y'all came out waving the flag. No. Pick the flag up. But pick it up with a new mind.